My God, I have almost no space, but this is me saying bye to Lofoten. This is where I got my taxi from the first evening. There's a big sign saying, I think Svolvær or Lofoten, right? There you go. And that's part of my luggage. And you can see that big ship. That's where I'm going to. We're going to go check in. We're going Nordlys, can you see it? That's what we're going with. And there is Svolvær in the background. Okay, let's get going. I think, is it open yet?
On this episode of Across All Borders through Northern Europe on Wales, join me for the overnight cruise from Svolvær to Trondheim. After my few days on Svolvær, I was ready to pack up and catch the cruise ship, which meant I would be spending 2 nights on the ship and arriving at Trondheim to catch a train going to Oslo and then a flight back to Munich. This was the end of my trip through Norway, and I couldn't have chosen a better way to kind of like taking the rest of the Norwegian coastline than getting on the Hurtigruten for 2 nights and the daytime hours I got to spend on the cruise.
Okay, we're going to the room, and I got 386. Probably nobody else on this floor because we're red. But let's go see. Carrying a little stuff, my shoulder's killing me, but we'll get there. Curious what the room looks like. Walking through a maze, and I think I might have a sea view if I'm lucky. Huh? To the back? Oh, what does she mean? Did I go the wrong way already? Ich hab schon wieder geschafft. Am I supposed to go somewhere? What the room looks like. It's not a lot. Okay. What is in here? Oh, this is my bed. Okay, got it. Okay, well, it's rather very big, but I have a sofa. Ah, is this also like a bed? What is this? It's a bed, so if you want it, could you turn it? I'll find out in a second. I can close that. It's not very big. But I guess that's what you get for the price. And I'm gonna go check out the ship anyway. So let's close that back. How practical. Oh, they're very small. But yeah, let's close the door for now. Write my card here, I guess. Oh, bathroom and shower. And I'm gonna go take a tour of the ship. I mean, this place is really dark. Like, I'm not feeling it. It's dark. It's definitely a lot better. I had to pay 28 euros extra to get this. This actually looks like a room where like 2 or 3 people can sleep, but it's better and I don't feel like I'm in some cage. You can see Svolvær from the window here. So I think I need that.
So after I had settled into the room, put my luggage and everything away, it was just time to just sit down, relax. I tried to cover a bit of the cruise ship on the first night, but I was so tired. I literally got a few shots and I hit the bed. That was it for me. It was, I don't know why, but I was sort of exhausted.
This is the observation deck. I'm going to try to show you that also tomorrow morning. These are kind of like the views you can get and where you can sit at night or during the day. I'm gonna go back in and show you that area. Let's hope there's not a lot of people so I don't get them on camera. Oh, that's a heater. I think this is the marine life here on the Norwegian coast. Morning. So it's 6:40 and we're in Ånes. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's supposed to leave, no, it was the 6:10 and then it stays half an hour, I'm not sure. But it's supposed to leave soon, but I'm going to show you a little bit of the city. Trying not to get the edge of the ship. I should have moved out before. There you go. That's the deck with the jacuzzi. Yeah. There. Which nobody's in. Obviously, I don't think it's open. But there's the coastline. And cars and people. And that's people's homes. But I think the other side of the port is more interesting. I'm going to stop this. So, good morning. I think I should go back to bed, but I'm already awake. I think I got up at like 5:40 and then I stayed till at least 6. And as you can see, it's really empty here right now. So I'm going to walk around to the spots that I think are really cool, do my shots before people wake up and come out, and then go for breakfast. And I've heard that till the main port of the day, today at 9, there are a couple of notable sights to see. So I will go to the front of the level 7, try to tidy up the pictures on the GoPro, these ones, maybe even do some editing, and then try to get all that in. So the sun is gradually rising, and there's already a lot of like high-rise in the background. Only thing is, it's so windy on the observation deck that probably the best way is to stay here inside behind the closed walls to enjoy it. I'm going to turn the camera a bit so you see what I'm talking about. But it's really, really beautiful. And then, yeah, we go do the other shots. Okay. That's already kind of like the view. And you see the sun coming out, so that's really beautiful. And this is the rest of the room, which is literally there, or empty, because everybody's sleeping and I'm the only one being mad and outside. Okay, so let's go get some other pictures. Okay, good morning, folks. So this is perfect right now. It is day 1 on my trip from Svolvær to Trondheim, and I took the Hurtigruten cruise to do that. I think it's cool because you see a lot of the coastline, and the cruise ships are really nice. I didn't like the room without, so the inside room without a window. it was much smaller and just felt like you were in a cage. So I changed to one with a window, which was bigger, and I think it's more about feeling the space than that it's actually, and there's a window, so it feels a lot better. The payment that I made includes bed and breakfast, and if you wanted you could get lunch and dinner. What I don't remember now was if the 93 I saw was actually for one night dinner, but that's definitely why I didn't book it. But I booked the lunch for today, so I'm curious to show you what lunch is. Right behind me in the back is where breakfast is going on. People have already been piling in. They have this huge crabs in a tank right next to me. I want to show you that in a second. I think because there's such a long coastline, it's really cool to do the transfer with these cruise ships, because then you get to see some stuff and you are actually also moving. Alternatively, of course, the trains are good, and that's what I did, but I'm happy I'm able to combine both. And I will do the train from Trondheim to Oslo, so hopefully trying to get that stretch again, and then give you a rounder picture. About Lofoten, I've realized that for you to really maximize your time on Lofoten, it's probably better if you have your own car. But if you do not have your own car, it might make sense to say, okay, either I have like 8 or 9 days and I will spend 3 days in 3 different destinations and then use the bus to commute. A day somewhere else is really difficult, except you have a really light backpack and you can just move around. And from what I've heard, Rhine and is really beautiful. I wasn't able to go there. Henningsvær is also good. I wasn't able to go there either. So I spent most of my time, and I had 3 days to be fair. I spent most of my time on Svolvær, and then I went to Borg to the Viking Museum and to see the Viking ships. So that's also already beautiful, and even the bus ride there is amazing. Of course, with your own car, you get to make all the stops off of the E10, which is the major road crossing the whole of the island. I came to the island from Bodø with Hurtigruten as well. Their cruise ships are really nice, so it's what the extra that you pay for it in comparison to the express boat, I guess. I didn't see the inside of the express boat, but I was told it wasn't that cool. And we did see some sea eagles on the first day on Svolvær in the Trollfjord, so that was cool. Yeah, so that's just about it. I walked around Lofoten on the second day, not Lofoten, Svolvær, I keep thinking Lofoten, and then I went to the War Museum. That was also pretty interesting, so yeah. Let's go get breakfast.
So after taking in those views, it was time for lunch. Lunch was basically like a 3-course meal. You had the starter, the main, and the dessert. I can't tell you how much variety and the quality of food you get here, but it's definitely what you pay for. Do add that onto your menu if you are traveling with the Hurtigruten. It's actually quite good.
So I reckon I have officially eaten more than I have in a week in one day, and I'm going to pass out from food. So, but this is the last part of it, and it's actually a beetroot cake and a blackberry mousse with 2 blood oranges, and trying to remember what they're called in English, but there you go.
One of the stops we made on the way was Brønnøysund. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. It is a coastal town, little town with very rich history and maritime atmosphere. And we stopped there. I didn't want to kind of miss the cruise, so all I did was just go to the supermarket and go visit the neo-Gothic church in the middle of the city, and just walked about a bit and headed back to the cruise ship. There are quite a number of things you can see there, but really depending on how fast and how much time you had. So I just tried to cover the bit that I could and then got back on the ship, continued the trip to Trondheim.
So guys, this was my room for the last 2 nights. Actually, as you can see, I have 3 options of where to sleep. That's a bed up there, and this is another bed. I think it must have even been larger. I never opened it. Got a TV. I have a window, which I used sometimes just to check out what was going on outside. So this is Trondheim, and I am about to check out. I was gonna grab some hot water, coffee or something. I'm not really hungry. I think I overdid it with the lunch yesterday, which you're gonna see beautiful pictures of. Let me show you the bathroom. Oh yeah, I can. That's it. And this is really cool. I'm gonna step in water, but let me show you this. God, I look horrible. I just got off the Nordlys, and let me see if you can see him. Maybe it's better like this. There you go. Just got off this baby. I'm in Trondheim, and I'm gonna take a train to Oslo, and then from there flight back to Munich. I still don't know how the flight's gonna work because I'm carrying weird pieces of item, and we have to see if I can get them to fit into having just one hand luggage and check-in bag. Okay, my face is dry as hell. So thanks for watching. Yours truly, Diesel81, and then tomorrow we're going to do a bit more commentary. That makes sense. I am actually